I mean, there's a general saying in sports that the most important game is the next one on the schedule, and we all subscribe to that. Our Jets celebrated after a victory, but then we knew it was behind us. We were on to the next season, new wins and losses. In the mental archive I keep of all the games I've played in my career, what happened on the field during the Super Bowl has been filed alongside all the others in my mind. And like any other regular season game I might get asked about, I need to dig to remember the plays and events for our championship wins as well. With the help of hyperbaric oxygen therapy, I still have mental access to many of my past experiences. But I do find it amazing how much more vivid those memories are of the losses and miscues, of the bad footwork that made a pass go off the mark, of the missed reads that led to an interception, or the open receiver I didn't spot in time, than the victories and good plays. More than that, it's always my contributions to the loss that are front and center, waving their hands and shouting for me to give them some more attention. I decided I should get my heart rate up, so I head over to the Nordic track to get my workout in like I have for the past 41 years. If you have bum knees, you can't do better than this zero-impact machine. I get on, my mind starts wandering, and not 3 minutes in, the damn 1963 Auburn game starts clawing its way into my thoughts. The game where I overthrew Benny Nelson. Most athletes, whether they're in the Hall of Fame or only play JV ball, come back to certain plays during a bout of daydreaming, which I often do while exercising. At some moment during my workout, that quarterback sneak I ran against Jim Hudson's Texas team in the 1965 Orange Bowl will always come drifting into mental view. Kansas City in the 1969 AFL semifinals, too. I think about that a lot. Bobby Bell made a fantastic play. In fact, we laughed about it years later when he brought it up. Well, he laughed, and I grumbled. It still stung. Bobby had been disciplined and stayed with Snell, his assignment, on our right flat, and he never went for the inside fake I was hoping he'd go for. I had to eat the ball. We had to go for a field goal, and our team ended up losing 13-6. There's a certain bond between players who spend so many seasons trying to outwit each other, and at least in my opinion, it's based on a lot of respect. It can become an individual chess match with Bell and players like Washington's safety Kenny Houston, or the Miami Dolphins defensive stars Jake Scott and Nick Buoniconti. Very smart guys who are Hall of Famers. They were always giving me phony defensive looks and fake first steps. Sometimes that Nordic track makes me feel like some Charles Dickens character being haunted by the ghosts of games past. So, oddly, I mentally register as I get off and wipe the sweat from my forehead how excited I am to spend energy remembering a game that I won. I drink some of my vinegar water, settle into my kitchen chair again, and start the video. What we had to accomplish as a team, all the trust we needed to have in each other, came bubbling up as I watched the camera pan around the field on my computer screen. Hud and I were close, so we'd walked out together as the team took the field. Helmets on, we began strolling into the end zone. The marching band seemed to be blowing and beating their instruments extra hard, and the level of crowd noise on the field was disorienting, but nothing I hadn't experienced at Alabama. I looked over at Hudson, whose face showed the same level of joy as we both cracked smiles. We slowed slightly and looked around the stadium, feeling another level of energy, with almost 75,000 people already whipped up into a frenzy. We were grinning ear to ear, and I was grateful to have a good friend there to share my feelings with as I felt my focus and adrenaline begin to